Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel, Cynicalex. And today I want to talk about Uniform and Uniform XP. And this was actually the video that I was planning to make yesterday, the second half of the day, but I got really busy and I wasn't able to make it. So what I realized after someone asked me on Twitch was that the level 4 Uniform XP chip, you get a single level 4 Uniform XP chip from doing the Ultimate Story Mode Dimensional Clash, is actually very, very good. We sort of dismiss it because it's just one level 4 Uniform XP chip, and one of anything is usually pretty lame. But then I did the math on stream, and I was trying to figure out yesterday who it was that asked, because I wanted to give them credit. Some people said it was Silky Solutions. I'm not convinced, and Silky didn't clarify it themselves, so yeah. But anywho, if you take a look here, one level 4 Uniform XP chip doesn't seem like much, right? It raises Kamala Khan's legendary percentage from 16 to 17. It's not much, Cynicalex. What are you making a whole video about this? This is another sneak peek video. Okay, let's sort of figure this out together. So it's 940 XP for one. Currently, the best missions that you can run, this is where most people get their Uniform XP from, is from Dimension Mission Stage 15, difficulty 15. If you go down to difficulty 10, you get 100 Uniform XP per character. So let's say all three of these characters need Uniform XP. If I run one mission, it costs me 8 energy. I will get 300 Uniform XP. So if I run one Ultimate Dimensional Clash mission and I get literally one Uniform XP, that is equivalent to more than 3 missions running with these characters. So that would be 3 times as much energy, because it costs 8 energy for the Dimensional Clash mission, and it would cost me 8, 16, 24 energy, not to mention the Dimensional Clash mission doesn't use boost points, and this one does use boost points. But that's 3 missions, and I'm still ignoring 40 Uniform XP, plus that's level 10. Now, if you dial it up to level 15, to difficulty 15, you get a little bit more Uniform XP. You get 160 per character. That means if all 3 characters can gain Uniform XP, and if you can actually finish the mission in time, not in time, but if you can finish the mission, if you can autoplay the mission, because difficulty 15 is pretty difficult, that's 480 Uniform XP. That's basically 2 runs. So one level 4 XP chip is literally equal to 3 times or 2 times as many Uniform experience points that you're cumulatively getting for doing runs on difficulty 10 or difficulty 15 of Dimension missions. That's huge. It's a huge time saver, and in a lot of ways for a lot of players, it's actually less difficult. Difficulty 15, for you to autoplay that, can actually be quite tricky. You need awakened characters, or you need tier 3 characters for the majority of the content. And what ends up happening sometimes is players want to run through difficulty 15, but they just don't have a tier 3 character. Like, let's say, you know, they're going to run through with their tier 3 character here. Their tier 3 character is, let's say, Jean Grey, but she doesn't need Uniform XP. So what you end up doing is you end up doing this, where Jean Grey carries Black Cat, and Kamala Khan, who do need Uniform XP. You can see she's at 42%, she's at 16. Jean Grey carries. If you're doing this, it's way less XP. Uniform XP, way less Uniform XP. So now that we've established, it was Medusa. Now that we've established that that one Uniform XP is actually really worthwhile. Now, of course, the one thing I'm leaving out here is that the Uniform XP only applies to one character at a time. It's not like I can take that level 4 Uniform XP chip and break it into 2 or break it into 3 and spread it around. But of course, if you have 3 level 4 Uniform XP chips, you've now gotten almost 3,000 Uniform XP. And you can give 1,000 or 940 to each of those 3 characters. So now, which Dimensional Clash Ultimate missions are you going to run? So basically, where I'm talking about, you get that level 4 Uniform XP chip, you go into the story mode, you go to Dimensional Clash Alternate Mode, and I believe you have to beat the campaign mode once in order to unlock the alternate mode. And you have to select Ultimate Difficulty. So selecting Ultimate Difficulty means that you have to have at least one tier 3 or awakened character. Now, good news is you don't need to have more than one, but you do have to take them off your team if you don't have more than one. And of course, if you do have more than one, then you have a very good chance of getting a story fragment, which means you'll have to run the stage more than once. Actually, I don't think you could. I think if you run it again, do you get both? Can you get both? No, I don't think I think it's just one or the other. So you know what? I think you have to choose whether you want to try to get a story fragment or whether you want to get a level 4 uniform XP chip. I really don't think you get both. You get one or the other. So I would say even if you have the characters, if you would prefer to get the uniform XP chip than getting the story fragment, then purposely don't use the selected characters. Now, obviously, if the characters on your team survive, you still have a 25% chance to not get that uniform XP chip. So it's kind of funny that the RNG, the positive RNG, is kind of now working against us. But anywho, basically what I'm trying to say is, if you want the fragments, right? That's sort of like a whole different thing. But if you want the fragments to get the type enhancement tickets, then you're gonna get less or fewer level 4 uniform XP chips because you can't get them both. You can only get one. And as you can see there's a daily count of 1. And it says here, the acquisition chance varies based on surviving characters and selected characters. Basic rewards will be acquired if you fail to acquire story fragments. But you can't farm this you can't farm this multiple times per day. This is something that is still kind of confusing. But basically, for every single mission in the alternate mission, you can see here, 1-1, 1-2. Each of these missions counts as a separate mission. You can only get that daily reward once, whether it's a fragment or it is a level 4 uniform XP chip. So, easy way to remember, 2 of the fastest missions, and there is a link, or there's a post on Reddit by Puppet Titan that goes into more depth about the speed of missions. I didn't want to go into as much depth about the speed of missions yet because I'm still sort of testing out a bunch of stuff. But 2 of the missions that I found and that you can find quite easily that are very easy to play through, very quick, and also easy to remember are 3-1 and 6-2. And of course, 6-2 is a multiple of just multiply 3-1 times 2. So 3-1 and 6-2 are very, very fast missions to go through. So I'm going to go through them now here with just Silver Surfer. I'm going to show you guys what this looks like with just Silver Surfer. We're going to put Silver Surfer on this team, and we're going to take Black Widow and Kamala off the team. So you can run this. I'll show you. You can run this with... Wait, can I run this with just one character? Anyways, you can. Okay, so even if you only have one tier 3 or awakened character, you can absolutely still run these missions, and you can get that uniform XP. Now, keep in mind the hazards will do a ton of damage on ultimate mode. It's not a joke. So you can find out for yourself how difficult this can be, but you can get one-shotted by the flame throwers. You can get one-shotted here by these bleeding discs. So you have to be very careful to use damage immunity and things like that. And then here you fight a Venom boss. He's not that hard, but of course having better built tier 3s and stuff like that, having CTPs of rage or CTPs of energy, etc. This kind of stuff is going to help you do it faster. So you can see here that mission was done in what? 20 seconds? Boom. So in the time that it takes you to do 2 or 3 dimension missions, there you go. Now, of course, there is a limited number of dimensional clash missions, right? You can see here there's only, see the daily reward is now gone for 3-1, so I can't bother trying to get a story fragment or trying to get a level 4 uniform XP chip, but there are only 20 dimensional clash stages. So obviously, if you have unlimited energy and you have characters that can run through the dimension missions quickly, especially on difficulty 15, you can definitely out-farm. But in terms of efficiency, not only efficiency of time, but also efficiency of energy used. I just used 8 energy to get almost 1,000 uniform XP. That is by far the best ratio. The only better ratio would be if you look at ABX rewards and you look at all the uniform XP chips you can get there. But that's, you have to take like basically the whole week's worth of ABX uniform XP chips. And the return for the investment there is garbage. The ROI in ABX is absolutely garbage, whereas the ROI here is amazing. Oh, by the way, oh yeah, he does have a rage. I was gonna say he has a regen. No, he does have a rage. Anyways, let's go through that mission 6-2 now, and you'll see how fast this one is. Again, if you really want the story fragment, then you should use the characters. I should use Odin. I should use Scarlet Witch. I should use Black Widow. If you really want the uniform XP chip, don't use any of the characters. So I basically have, I have a 5% chance, right? Because I'm bringing one character, so only one character can survive. So my survived character bonus is 5%. So I've got a 95% chance to guarantee myself a uniform XP chip here when I do Red Madness. And I have only a 5% chance to get that that story fragment. Of course, if you want sway fragments, you do the opposite here, but yeah. So you run through these. Again, the speed at which you run through them is going to depend on which characters you have. Obviously, characters that revive, like Jean Grey or Silver Surfer, are going to be a little bit better in case you make any mistakes, because every time you die or have to restart, that's obviously going to eat up your time. Characters with large AoE are also going to do well. Cyclops is not bad, to be honest, and he has a self-buffing lead, which is also very nice. You got to be careful of those flames. Oh, he's not dead. Those flames will get you. There you go. We're going to go through here. So here you have to kill these mobs, and then it unlocks the first gate. And then you clear the mobs in the second gate, and it unlocks the third gate. Or the first gate, I guess. And then you kill the last ones, then it unlocks the final part here. And then there's going to be a boss fight against Ultron. Now, the boss fight against Ultron can be a bit tricky. He will do a slow-moving beam attack if you don't kill him fast enough. So what you want to do for the slow-moving beam attack is just run 180 degrees around and look at and sort of stand in front of Red Skull. And then just before he shoots the beam, you run out of the way, and then the beam kills Red Skull. It's hilarious. And that also prevents the ads that spawn. There's like little Hydra agents that spawn next to Red Skull and start shooting at you. It prevents them from shooting at you. But again, if you're taking a long time on that mission, then it may not be that efficient. But there you go. In the course of this 10-minute video, I've already farmed almost 2,000 uniform XP. And of course, you can experiment with other missions that are very, very fast. I mean, again, one more time, shout out to Puppet Titan. He has some information here. Missions like 5-1 and 6-1. I'll give 5-1 a crack right now and see how fast this is. 5-1 and, sorry, not 6-1. 5-1 and 1-1. Actually, 6-1 as well, but 1-1 is also pretty good. So a lot of missions that end in 1. Oh, you know what? This is not going to work. You got to be really careful. Okay, so this is why I didn't recommend this stage here. I don't know if I just lost the energy, but the reason why 6-1 and 3-1 were really good is because you can do them with heroes. But you have to be very, very careful. If you see at the top the stage special bonus, if you see the blue sword, you cannot use heroes. So for 3-1, it's got what? Guard break immunity? Yeah, it's just not very important there. And then for 6-1, you can't use villains. Okay, but for 5-1, you can't use heroes. So this would sort of throw a little bit of a wrench into your plans if you actually, you know what? Let's show off Cyclops here. If you don't have a villain and hero tier 3, this is going to throw a wrench into your plans, or a hero and a villain awakened character. So of course, even if you're a brand new player, right? As long as you can complete the regular dimension class. Oh boy, Cyclops is getting kind of pwned here, eh? Okay, this is they stun you. This is a bit harder than I thought. We're gonna have to be a little bit careful here. I was trying to show off Cyclops because he is kind of pooped on as a bad tier 3, I feel like, but he's not that bad. But yeah, if you have technically, if you had Cyclops or Captain America, or Hulk, those are 2 tier 3s that is this the mission where you have to run? Oh no, if this is the running mission, Cyclops is probably dead. Uh-oh. Okay, let's see here. This mission's really fast. Okay. Oh yeah, this is 100% the running mission. Oh boy, I wasn't trying to fight that guy. Okay, well, let's see how this goes here. We have 1 second left on our immunity. Oh yeah, this is 100% the running mission. Okay, some people really hate the running mission because it just doesn't work out for them. And if you only have one character, it can actually be really tricky because switching characters gives you a speed boost. But I can't switch characters because I wanted to show you guys a solo. Actually, it's not that bad. Woo! Okay, yeah. Not so sure this is a fun mission to speed run, but it's possible. It's possible. Yeah, not bad. Again, the other rewards can be good or can be bad. Sometimes you get bios. You get like 15 bios, which is like chef's kiss. It's amazing. 15 bios for 8 energy is fantastic. But yeah, 3-1-1, 3-1, 5-1, 6-1, 6-2 are all missions that you can farm daily, once a day, and you can pick up those uniform XP chips. And like if you're farming 10 level 4 uniform XP chips, that's almost 10,000 uniform XP. That is a lot of uniform XP. To give you guys an example here, right? If you take a normal uniform, I don't have that many normal uniforms left, but you know what? I don't even know if, off the top of my head which of my uniforms are normal. Okay, perfect. That one's normal. How did I know? If you take a normal uniform and you put in 10 XP chips, 11. So it's basically almost enough to take to take a normal uniform immediately to advanced. Obviously the XP, you know, doubles or whatever from there, but you know, it's a lot of uniform XP that you can farm every single day. And doing 10 runs only costs you, some of those missions were like 30 seconds, and it's only 80 energy. Imagine that, getting a character's uniform to advanced in 1 day from 80 energy. So you can stockpile, right? If you run 5 of this per day, you can stockpile hundreds of these per month, and you can start, you know, maxing out uniforms super quick. So yeah, hit me up in the comments down below with your fastest stages for the Dimensional Class Alternate Mode. Remember, you don't need to bring in 3 tier 3 or awakened characters, so it should be a little bit more feasible for you free-to-plays and for you, newer players as well. And maybe you recently used the tier 3 selector from the 5-year anniversary, stuff like that. And hit me up with any strategies you have for sort of navigating some of those trickier missions. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.